set up. How is everybody doing today? We have snow. Not very happy about that. Because that means I have to go out and shovel that mess at some point. Hey, Beth. You want to see what it looks like right now? Let's go on a little field trip. Let me take you around. Look at this. Look at this mess. It's just rude. It is so rude. Take you around the backyard to turn y'all around so you don't see my hot mess in here. So, yeah, I know. I blame Cheryl. Here is the deck. And then, I guess nobody wants to play pickleball today. I don't know why. So, yeah, it's still coming down. But now I'm debating on when to shovel because I said the wind is going to pick up. So I'm like, I don't know if I want to wait till tomorrow or if I want to go out and do some today so it's not so bad. I haven't really decided. So anyway, I pulled a few items today that I thought might make some cute little Christmassy gifts or add to your collection. But we're going to start it off with our general ignorance card. And what I typically do is I'll stick these in people's packages later on. So the question of the day, what is the smallest dog in the world? What is the smallest dog in the world? Anybody have a guess? Teeny tiny one. Okay, so it's not the smallest breed, but it's the smallest dog. So the smallest dog on record was a Yorkshire Terrier owned by Arthur Maples of Blackburn. Oh my God. 2.5 inches high, 3 3/4 inches long from the tip of its nose to the root of its tail. It weighed 4 ounces. It died in 1945. The world's smallest breed of dog is usually said to be the Chihuahua. Nevertheless, according to the Guinness Book of World Records, the record for today's smallest living dog is not necessarily held by one. It depends on what you mean by smallest. The current record is shared by a Chihuahua, shortest in length, and a Yorkshire Terrier, shortest in height. Whitney, the Yorkshire Terrier, lives in Shoeburyness, Essex, and is 3 inches tall at the shoulder. The Chihuahua, called Danka Kordak, Slovakia, is 7.4 inches long and lives in Slovakia. Right? I'd lose that dog. Oh my God. That's like, oh my God. What do you feed one that's that small? And is it a yappy dog would be my next question. Is it yappy? Because you know those dogs tend to be little yapsters. Kisses. Alrighty. Let's get going. Now that we've had our little bit of trivia today. So I think everything, just about everything, is coming from my Texas trip. So the first item I have up for your consideration, I think it's a perfect time for the holidays, is, whoa, there is the other, I was looking for those measurements. So this apron is a sheer red with gold polka dots on it. So these are perfect for little dinner parties or as decor pieces. The one thing I thought was interesting was they had a button on here. No idea why they would have put a button on there. I mean, what are you going to do? Put your pot holder on there or something? I don't know. I don't know. I've never seen that before. So, but this is really cute. So this one is 19 inches at the waist. Your ties are 23 and a half inches long, and it is 16 inches long. So it's really pretty. It's like a little satin ribbon on the waist. So we're going to start that. These typically sell very well for me, but I really wanted to bring them here first, give y'all guys first dibs on these. So, and I will be moving pretty much everything over to the buy it now if you need to think about it. Alrighty. So let's see. I have two snoozing kitties over here. Two orange tabbies. I want to curl up and take a nap, honestly. It's just icky outside. So the next apron that I decided to bring is going to be this Christmas poinsettia one. And goodness, its measurements are 20-inch wide waist. It's got 30-inch long ties, and it is 26 inches long. This one is a super, super cute. Perfect for your Christmas dinner. And the fabric reminds me of like vintage sheet type fabric, but you have little snowflakes, you have a pocket, you have your poinsettias on here. This one, I did launder it. There are no stains on it. It is in a really, really good shape. So we will, you don't find the longer ones very often. So we're going to start that one. It would be perfect hanging in your kitchen. I have seen people use them as curtains, in their laundry room. It's really cute and done like that. Or if you have those accordion pegs, they're really cute hanging by that. Or even on like your pantry door. I can't because my cats would be jumping all over it. Alrighty. And I'm going to tell y'all, I was hoping to press all of these before the sale. I got up this morning with the intent to iron them. Y'all know I plugged in that iron and it started snap, crackling, popping. And I said, oh no. I unplugged that thing and I've ordered me a new one because I mean, it's old because we only use it typically when my husband is ironing his shirts for when he goes to sing at mass. But I was like, I can't have no fires in this house. Alrighty. The next apron I'm going to bring, and like I said, I wanted to bring these aprons here first because kind of like good for the holiday. So that's why I wanted to get them out here first. So this one is a white and blue striped with, it looks almost like hand painted, but I don't know. It could be fabric. I'm not really sure. But it has a 16.5-inch waist. The ties are 21.5 inches, and the length is 17 inches. But look at this one. Look how cute this is. So if you have a quirky kitchen, or if you have newlyweds, or if you just like humor, look at this. Look how cute. It says, I'm in the mood for, and it's got love, TV, a night on the town, movies, and cards. I thought that was hysterical. So there are no rips to it. There was only one little spot that I saw right there. And again, I did intend to iron it because I usually like to iron these aprons, but we couldn't do it today. So we're going to start that one. But it's really cute. I thought it'd be even great for like Valentine's Day. And I don't think I've seen one quite like this before. So, yeah, these were really good. Alrighty. Then I'll put that one up. And then I have one more apron, and it's a Christmas apron. I just thought this was absolutely adorable. I loved it. So this one is 17 inches on the waist. The ties are 26 inches, and it is 22.5 inches long. Look at this. This is red gingham. You have the Christmas trees cross-stitched at the bottom, and then you have G on the pocket. So grandma, granny, Gertrude. And then there is a velvet ribbon at the top, and it is smocked with black thread. I didn't see any rips, tears, or stains anywhere on this. It's in really, really good shape. And it is perfect for Christmas. You have a country decor. It would be great. I thought it was really pretty. And like I said, finding the longer ones, are a bit harder to find. And again, this would be cute on a cafe rod. You just do those little clips and you can hang it as a curtain. So we are going to bring that one to stage, and we're going to start the auction for this gingham with the cross stitch Christmas trees. Super adorable. Perfect for Christmas. So, are y'all finishing up your Christmas decorations? I haven't even started. I don't know. I've just been trying to sort my guest rooms and get those all ready for when my mom comes up. I am in the process of consolidating all of my ephemera to one area. So I spent last night going up and down from the top of the house all the way to the basement. It was a bit. Just gonna say. Alrighty. So next up, I have this beautiful. It is Roberta Di Camaro scarf from Italy. So it is like a kind of like a beigey, but it has the mauve purple kind of stripe running through it. It is so soft, incredibly beautiful in person. It's really hard to capture how pretty this is in person. But here is your brand. So this one is 70 inches long, 28 inches wide. So it would be more of like a shawl. But, you know, it is so freaking cold right now. I was just like, oh, it is time to start bringing out the scarves. You know, they make great gifts because before you know it, winter is going to be here, and it is here already. So these typically run upwards between $40 and $60. So I thought I would bring it here for y'all first. I'm not sure what it is actually made of, but it's just super, super soft. And it's just got a really pretty weave to it. Alrighty. So we'll move on. And then I also have this beautiful, beautiful Pendleton scarf that I wanted to bring here first. So this is a vintage Pendleton, and it's kind of that what do they call it? Heather color. Is that purple with the grays mixed into it. And here is your Pendleton label. This is a dry clean only. There are no rips, tears, stains, anything to this. I was super excited when I came across that because Pendleton is a really good brand. This one is 53 inches long, 7.5 inches wide. So perfect for this cold winter weather. So I'm going to start that. Yeah, I love finding scarves. I have a little addiction, as some of y'all know, to scarves. Oh my goodness. But it's, yeah, I know. But hey, they're easy to list, easy to ship, right? What can I say? And we got a lot of really nice scarves up here. So really kind of, you'll be surprised sometimes. Always check. Always check. All right. I think, right? Oh gosh. All right. So let's move over to this vintage stocking. Look at this. And it says Bozo. How funny is that? So I was just like, even if you don't decorate with vintage Christmas, that would be even a cute little gag gift. Or you can give it to your son-in-law, your husband. Just saying. But it is in great condition. I didn't see any stains or rips to it. It is that vintage quilted fabric. So I was just like, oh, I had to have it. I fell in love with it. I was just laughing so hard in the store. I think people probably thought I was a little crazy, but I just thought it was super cute. And whoever put Bozo on it, I was like, wow, you clearly were not the favored child. I mean, who does that? I think my son-in-law might get a little angry if I did that to him. Alrighty. Let's move over to let's look at these shakers. These shakers are so pretty. One of the stores that I think Bohemian Rhapsody that we went to had, like, I've never seen so many shakers in my life. So I did pick a few out of there. So we're going to do these Victoria, Japan. These are little bears wearing their raccoon hats. No chips or cracks. One has a stopper, the other does not. But here is your label for them. They're in great condition. They are so cute. They look like they are up to no good. And we are going to start these guys. I like to look for the more unusual ones that I don't see very often. But when I saw those, I just said, those are cute. Those are really cute. I like their expressions. Oh my gosh. But yeah, they had about every kind of shaker you could even think of. There were some that were like I looked at one, it was like a shaker set with the toothpick little like bobber, but we couldn't figure out if the toothpick part could be fixed or not, because it looked like it had been shoved, like somebody played with it and messed it up. So these dogs are probably going to be barking. I'm sorry. Everybody's trying to get out and shovel their drives. So, there's a running joke on VAMP. Beavers. Showing our beavers, right? So these are by Gift Craft, and they're out of Taiwan. But look at them. They're little beavers. How stinking adorable are they? They still have their labels. They're in really good condition. There is a spot where the glaze, it's not a chip, but it's like the glaze did not get done on that one. But how cute are those? They're beavers. I don't ever find beaver. Didn't sound right, did it? adorable. They are absolutely adorable. Yes, we're supposed to, by the time it's said and done, I think 6 to 8 inches. So I am not, my husband isn't home, so I am unfortunately going to have to don my snow boots, and I did bring them in so that they could get warm because they've been out in the garage, and go pull out my snow jacket and go shovel some snow. I'm not looking forward to that, but you got to do what you got to do, right? Alrighty, so we're going to move on to some jewelry. Again, great. Yeah, I know. I wanted to snowbird, but I don't know. We may still be here for a while. My plan was be in Alabama for the winters, not deal with this. But first up, we have this 1928 blue rhinestone gold tone bar brooch. There are no missing stones. The gold is in great condition. But I love these 1928 pieces. They just always have such a beautiful Victorian look to them. So we're going to start this one. And again, if you think about it, everything will get moved over to the buy it now later on. But these make great little gifts. I mean, you can put them on pretty much anything. Scarves, your coats, sweaters. I say scarves because we have a running joke. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Next up, I have this. I do believe this is capice, but it is capice shell, hand painted with your florals. They look like daffodils to me. But it's not only a brooch, it's also a pendant. So here's the profile on this one. But I just thought that was a really unique piece. I don't come across the capice shell very often as far as jewelry is concerned. So I'm going to start that. This would be really pretty, like on even a hat, you know. So, and I've even been seeing a lot of men lately wearing jewelry, which I thought was really interesting. Like a lot of these, if you watch Dancing with the Stars or some of the runways, a lot of even the athletes are putting some bling with their suits. Now, I have to honestly say, I don't think I could ever convince my husband to do that, but I'm here for it, you know? I don't mind it. Alrighty. Next up, I have this beautiful gold tone with an enamel stem in red rhinestone strawberry. This is absolutely beautiful. There's no paint loss to the enamel work. Here's your back. And I'm always surprised some of these pieces are not signed because they're just gorgeous. So there are no missing stones on it. So we're going to start this one for this beautiful strawberry rhinestone brooch. I just thought it was so pretty. Yeah, and you don't just have to wear them. You can put them in like little vignettes as well. So, alrighty, we'll move to the next one. So, I love finding these Russian lacquer pieces. This one is a heart. So it's a green heart with the purple and yellow roses on it. It is signed, but it's very hard to make out who signed it, because I think at some point someone had a sticker on it and it took off, the name. But it's in really, really good shape. It's a really pretty piece. Hey, Miss Pam. So we're going to start that one. But it is a perfect little piece. That green, even though it's a heart, it's still great for your Christmas colors. I have seen people do little arrangements in those bubble frames, and they put brooches and they kind of like theme them. So I do plan to make some of my own. I have some, that's another thing I have, is a collection of frames, but I have several bubble frames. And my plan is to take my Mima's compact and some pictures, and I have some of her jewelry, and just do a little vignette in the frame. We stayed at, I think it was called the White Lion Inn over in Madison County. And it was a Victorian home, and the whole house had these little framed vignettes, and they'd have like a hanky, or they'd have a doily, or just all kinds of little things in there. And I thought, what a great idea to memorialize somebody. All right, next up, I thought this was really unique. So it's an apple, but you have all these different rhinestone cuts in there. You have your marquee, you have like a square, you have the rounds in there. I think the only thing I don't see is like a baguette, in there. But that is super cute, I thought. And I just loved all the different colors in it. And it's such a different take for an apple brooch. It is not signed, which, to me is surprising. So we're going to run this one. But yeah, it is, Amber. It is. It's so pretty. It catches the light. It's got every kind of color rhinestone in there. I normally don't pick up apples, but I had to make an exception for this one, because I've just never seen anything quite like it. Alrighty. So we have another trivia question. Today plays right into this one. How many words do Eskimos have for snow? How many words do Eskimos have for snow? I have a few words for snow. We can't say it. Alrighty, there are no more than 4. It's often said that Eskimos have 50, 100, or even 400 words for snow compared to the English ones, but this is not so. In the first place, there is more than one English word for snow in various states. Ice, slush, crust, sleet, hail, snowflakes, powder, etc. Second, most Eskimo groups will admit to only 2 word equivalent to snow. It seems that out of all the languages of Eskimo groups, there are no more than 4 root words for snow altogether. Right, Beth? Yeah. The word I would use is not on here. Just saying. It is a family show. That is true. Couldn't believe the forecast. I was like, no, it is way too early. I mean, I was wearing shorts at Thanksgiving. Now I gotta find my ski jacket and everything else to go shovel. While the neighborhood men just stand there watching me. Alrighty. Halloween is over, I know, but I wanted to still bring this. Look at this. This is a gold tone pumpkin brooch, but the pumpkins are all carved out and they're like colored, so it makes it look like they're glowing. So there's like orange enamel paint on every other one. And here's the back of it. Look at the little loops on that. I just thought that was super cute. You know, yes, I went to Texas. I didn't have time to get all this stuff dealt with before Halloween. You know, it is what it is, but still, it's super cute. You can put it up for next year. It's different. I haven't seen one quite like this. You have some green enameling on the stems, but I just like that effect because it made it look like they were glowing like they would when you carve them. But really cute. There was this whole bin of jewelry, and I think I probably stood over in that bin for I was probably there a good 30 minutes digging. You know, Beth and Cheryl were running all over the place, and I was in the bin, you know. I was like, this is where it's at. Alrighty. Also, from I know, right? It was, I need to go back. That's an excuse to go back. I have this beautiful rhinestone gold tone butterfly. This is a Monet. Here is your little maker mark. And look, even have a little rhinestone there. It's a fancy butterfly. It is absolutely stunning in person. So, so pretty. I love Monet jewelry. I think it's some of the prettiest jewelry. But I love, look, even on the top of his antennas, they're all blinged out. So, but yeah, I could have stayed in that one booth for another 30 minutes, Beth. I mean, I didn't even get to really look at all the necklaces and other stuff. I was just in the brooch bin. It was one of those old like hardware bins and where they had just stacks and it would just rotate. Well, you know, so what? they could just lock the doors and you know, I'm sure I could have curled up somewhere, you know, just saying. Have you ever wondered if someone ever gets locked into those stores? All right, next up, I have this clear rhinestone silver tone piece brooch. Again, it is not marked, but how perfect is this one for the season? We all need a little bit of peace. Every time I'm looking on YouTube Shorts, I'm just stuff that I see people doing. I'm like, why? So we're going to start this one for this silver tone clear rhinestone piece symbol. So this would be really cute, I think, on a little fedora hat. I could just see that. All right. Well, this one was from the Bohemian Rhapsody, Beth. That other store, that one was huge. I didn't even get to see everything in that. And the Bohemian Rhapsody, I had to just run through it towards the end because I got stuck over in the Christmas bin too. And then stuck in the salt and pepper shakers. I was just like, they have other things? I don't know. All right. So next up, we have this gold tone. No, Red Queen's Eye. Oh, I think I got to see maybe a fourth of that store. So this is amber cabochon. Look at that big amber rhinestone surrounded by clear gold tone. This is done really, really well. No maker mark again on these, but I've just not seen one quite like that one. I just thought it was really pretty. So I thought I will give you guys first dibs on these. So, but it's really well made. And it just captures the light so pretty. And the gold is more of like, kind of like reminds me of the copper work, the way the leaves are done on it. All right. Like I said, I will be moving everything over to the Buy It Now. So if you see something that you are thinking about, you can check that out later. All right. So next up, I have this beautiful, I don't even know, it's like an opaline type rhinestone. It's really hard to capture it on camera, but it's more, you know, it's an opalescent type rhinestone, but it is a stretch bracelet. It's in really, really good shape for its age. No missing stones at all to this one, but it's just so pretty in person. It's just, like I said, I've not seen opaline type rhinestones like this before. And that's the best way I can really describe it. It's just like this clear, milky. Why do I say clear? It's not opalescent. It's not clear. You know what I'm talking about. If you buy opalescent glass, that's exactly what this one looks like. Super, super pretty. Alrighty. Then we have, keep an eye on this time. Also came across this necklace. And I do believe these are check beads. And they're like an off-white color, not quite cream, but not white. And they're hand knotted with this brown in between. They are stunning. These are check glass, but look at the faucets on that. I mean, nothing shimmers like check glass beads. And this is a long one. So let me get you a measurement on it. I thought at first when I picked it up that it was 2 necklaces. And I was like, oh my, this is a really long one. So this is like 29. It's got a 29-inch drop on it. So you can easily double it up to wear it. Or, you know, you can always use it as a garland. I've seen people do that as well. So, like I said, it is check glass. Gorgeous, gorgeous beads. So we're going to start this one. I think these I found at Glen Flora at the Antique Mall where Beth has a booth. And the lady that runs it is an adorable lady. She was just like, if it's something I'm sick of looking at, I'm going to make you a deal on it. I nearly died laughing. Alrighty. Like I said, if you change your mind on these, they will be in the buy it now later. She was Beth, and she let me go behind the counter. Oh my gosh, I had me a field day. I had a field day. I got that video. I'm in the middle of editing it, so you'll have to go watch it and see all the goodies that I found. Oh, really, Beth? You were working long. You were there several hours. Did you go to both of them? Because you were at you were over in Rosenberg too, weren't you? I could be wrong, but okay, all right. The next one I have for y'all is this Carol Lee. This is a gold tone ladybug. And I was pleasantly surprised when I was digging through that bin to find that it was a Carol Lee. I know, you were there forever. I was just like, That's a job, Beth. That is a job. So we're going to start this little guy. He is absolutely adorable. The paint is in a really good condition. No scratches at all to his body. Look at those eyes. He's just staring at you. I have a thing for bug brooches. They're just, you know. But I think this is the first time I found a Carol Lee piece. So I was pretty excited to find that one. So, all right, we're going to have another question. Where do turkeys come from? Where do turkeys come from? Anybody know? So, despite being native to North America, an egg. The domesticated turkeys that grace the tables of the Pilgrim Fathers have traveled out with them from England. They first reached Europe in 1520s, brought back their native Mexico first to Spain, then sold throughout the continent by Turkish merchants. Quickly became the favorite food for the richer classes. By 1585, turkey had become a Christmas tradition in England. Norfolk farmers set to work to produce a heavier breasted, more docile version of the wild bird. You know, we got turkeys that run around Nebraska. I would drive down to the office. I kid you not. Traffic would be stopped because the stupid turkey is running back and forth across the road. It could not figure out where to go. And if a car even slightly moved, it would just turn around and run the other way. They were the craziest things. Oh, gosh. Oh, here's what's funny. It says from the late 16th century, English turkeys walked the 100 miles from Norfolk to Leadenhall Market in London each year. The journey would take 3 months, and the birds wore special leather boots to protect their feet. Now, who's going to put boots on some turkey's foot? All right, they can peck your eyes out. I'm just saying. All righty. The last brooch I have for y'all today, I had to really look at this for a while. And when I was Google imaging it, it came up with something. I was like, I didn't even think about that. I was thinking a lamppost, but it has been referenced as a telephone, like one of those old-fashioned telephones where, you know, you had that little wooden thing. So I don't know. What do y'all see when you're looking at this? A telephone was not the first thing I saw, but it is so pretty. I just was thinking Christmas lamppost. But you have beautiful baguette cuts as well as a square. And look at this like unusual cut. I don't know what that is. I'm not sure. And then you got the teardrops. And of course, it's not marked because why would it be? So I just said, okay, I can see it now. I can see the phone. It is, Amber, it is. I mean, but after I saw people, you know, putting the phone on, I was like, okay, I guess that must be the cord for it. I still like lampposts that somebody, you know, broke the top. But it's so pretty. Right? So I had to pick it up because it looks so different. So, alrighty. So I have we have a few more minutes. I thought I would show you. I don't know if any of you guys are interested. I have 2 lots of these vintage Italian scarves. And they're all about 30 inches long and 11 inches wide. But you have like this black and charcoal one. And these things are so crazy soft. And we have this like cream with the plaid on it. And here is your label for that one. And all 4 of these are the same maker. This one is like navy blue plaid. And this one is like a rust color plaid. And this one had the original tag on it still. So these are, I mean, they're so soft. They feel like a cashmere. But I thought, well, they'll make great gifts, you know, if anybody is interested. Um, you know, I thought I would bring them. It would be a choice. You know, perfect stocking stuffer. Again, the weather is getting cold, so I never used to wear scarves till I moved up to the Midwest, and I was like, now I like to have them, and they're like a fashion accessory these days. You know, I mean, I think I have a whole drawer full personally. Although most of them are like Alabama scarves. I'm just saying. I have a thing for them. So, but if y'all change your mind and are looking for a scarf as a gift later, be sure to let me know. And I can put those up for you. I have one more set of them. So there are 2 Italy ones. There's one from Korea and one from Germany. So this is your Italian. The Italian ones are 66 inches long, 11.5 inches wide. We have this purple. I love those colors. So pretty. And that one. Then this one was from Korea, and it was 56 inches long, 12 inches wide. And there is your label on it. This one was made of acrylic by Kristen Blake. Still very, very soft. All of these are so soft. And then this one was German. Actually, let's see. That one was Italy. That one was, I just want to make sure I don't tell you the wrong thing because we had, yeah, this one was Germany. So it's a black and white check one made in Germany. So if you're interested in any of those, let me know. But I thought that was really very pretty. I wasn't expecting that one was Korea. It just had more of a Moroccan type vibe to me. But these are all vintage or in excellent condition. No rips, no stains. So, all righty. So that was everything I thought I would bring today to see if y'all were interested. Like I said, majority of the items will get moved over to my Buy It Now. Hopefully I'll get them moved over this weekend because it's a bit, I got to clean that basement up. So let's see. We're going to raid into Beth. So let's see if she is live. And I want to thank everybody for spending your afternoon with me. I greatly appreciate it. And I will be on next Wednesday. I'll either have a haul or we'll have a little sale. Like I'll show you my haul. And if there's anything that piques your interest, then we'll sell it. Okay. So, all righty. Let's go see what Beth has.